Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you my project, the Sports Scheduler. This is a web application built using Node.js, Express and EJS, and for the database, I've used PostgreSQL. This is an application where admins can manage sport events and players can view and join those sessions. It is mainly designed to make scheduling sport matches, creating teams, and tracking their progress very easy. So let us look at our code and folder and files. First, we have config. This config has config.json file. This contains all the PostgreSQL credentials like username, password, database, host, port, and dialect. This loads the configurations and sets up to SQLize to connect to the Node.js and the backend. This acts as backend. Like whenever the app needs to save or fetch data, it uses this configuration to talk to the database. For example, when a user signs up, SQLize automatically knows where to insert the data the user gives. And next, let us look at migrations. We have create user.js, create sports.js, and create session.js. This user.js defines the user table with fields like name, first name, last name, email, password, their role, and these all. And by their role, I mean like admin or player. And next in sports.js, we have we'll be defining the sports table with fields like sport name and type and the description and all. And in sessions.js we have the sessions table with date, time, sport ID, and the teams which are participating and their location and the time and all. These are like blueprints for our database. When I run them, SQLize automatically creates these tables with the correct structure, these all columns and rows. This way I don't have to write the SQL manually. Next, let us look at models. In models we have 4 files. The first one is index.js. It imports all models and defines relationships between them, like which session belongs to which sport, like that. And next we have sessions.js. This sessions is like it defines the session details like which users are participating and when is the time going to be, when is the date going to be, and it tracks all these details. And next we have sports.js. It defines sports like a sport name, its properties, and which sessions is it linked to, and all. Next we have users.js. This defines how user data is stored and validated. For example, like emails must be unique, phone numbers must be different, like this. These models are like instructions for the database. They define what data can be saved, how different tables relate to each other. For example, a session is linked to a sport and users can be linked to session they join, like that. Next, let us look at public. In public folder, I have style.css and script.js. Style.css controls the look part and feel of the app. It has colors, fonts, buttons, and layouts and all basic CSS stuff. And then we have script.js. It handles front-end activity like animations, forms, form validations, and small dynamic movements. This folder is like everything the user sees and interacts with. Without it, the app would not have a front end. It would look very plain and boring. And next we have our main folder, views. In views we have EJS files. Everything in views is an EJS file. This is like a template. It can show dynamic data from databases. For example, Let us look at each one. First, admin page.hs. This is where after we log in as an admin, we can see admin dashboard to manage sports, create sessions, and view reports on users. And then we have available session.hs. These available session.hs and create session.hs are more interlinked. These show existing sessions and provides form to create new ones. And then we have dashboard. Dashboard is everything we see when we first log in or sign up, before we first log in or sign up. And then we have email exist. When we are logging or signing up, if your email already exists, it says you can directly log in, you don't need to sign up. And then we have header. Header file is like commonly included on all pages for consistent navigation. And then we have invalid login. This is when the password is different or anything, there is something wrong. Then we have login.hs. Here we have forms for authentication, like they send user input to the backend where the SQLite saves them. In sign up, they also have forms where we seek from the SQLite to see whether the data is validated or not. And then we have player page. This is when we log in as a player and we can see the player page. Then we have reports.hs page. This is mainly used for when the admins want to see performance reviews and reports. They display number of matches, teams, and player participations and all like that. Then we have .env. .env is a sensitive file which has all the sensitive information in it that we don't share out. And we have .gitignore. We use it to hide or ignore the .env and such files. Then we have our main app.js file. App.js is the core of the app. It sets up all Express server and connects this to the database. It defines routes and also renders the EJS views. For example, when a user visits sign up, app.js decides which EJS template to render. Then when the form is submitted, app.js uses SQLite to save the data to the database and then redirects the user to the dashboard. This central file handles all the backend logic in it. Now let's see how all this app works first. I'm starting the app. Yes, we got it. This is our dashboard. We have few visuals here, and then as we scroll down, we can see login as admin and login as player, two options. This is when we are already signed up and we want to log in. But if we didn't sign up, we can go down. Here we can see features of sports scheduler app. We have 5 main features, that is add sports, create teams, schedule matches, track progress and manage players. We can see it all when we log in. Then we have sign up option. We can either sign up here or here. If you directly want to log in, we can just go here. Now in sign up, you see here we have two roles, admin or player. You can select whichever you are and then you can join. As I have already registered my email, I am directly going to log in. First, let's log in as admin. Okay, so let's see clearly. Here is our admin dashboard. Here we see add sports, enter a sport and add. In add sports, we can add any kind of sport we like. like running or coco, and here I have added sport. In here we can see added sports. See, I have added sport and we got sport here. There are two options for this: delete and create session. Delete means deleting this whole sport from our database. Create session means creating a session for that particular sport to play. Let's look at create session. We got create session. In here we can select what kind of sport we have, and for now we have only stored this sport, so we are only getting this sport. So we have selected that sport, and I am here we see saved info from my last use. I am just using that. I have selected team A and team B's leaders names and their sizes and actual size of a team, and in place I have given width, and for date I have given 8/10/2025, and for time we are going to select 10 or just 10. So now we have created this session, and as we have done this in admin side, let's go look at the player side how we are getting this session. We should go again to login and just login in it. Here, let's go login as player. Login. Here we are logging in. Then yes. Here. This is our player info, like player dashboard. We have available sports, sessions available, and completed sessions. Let's see. First we have available sports. I have only created one sport, that is sport, and here you can see create session option for player also. As player and also admin can create the sessions. Here we have seen sessions available. See, we last created a session saying this same data. See, width and 8:10 and 10 o'clock. You can just join now or you cannot join, it's your option. And then we see completed sessions. This is already done, so it shows us no slots are available, and join now option is also not there for this. Now all we have left is to see the reports. To look at our reports, see, this is how we get the reports. Only admins can look at the reports of the players. See here, we see total sessions length, sessions available till now. See, we have only one sport, that is sport, and date, time, place, and we have sessions per sport. Sport is the name and number of sessions is 4, and maybe 3 are done, 1 is going on, or maybe 1 is done. It's like that. And we have available sports, sport. So we have seen the landing page, that is main dashboard, and admin dashboard, player dashboard, and reports page, and create session page, and all. Everything is styled using Tailwind CSS and images to make it visually appealing. Then, and that's a wrap. So this is my full sports scheduler app. It is built using Node.js, Express, EJS, and PostgreSQL. It's a complete system for managing sport events. This is easy to use, fully dynamic, and scalable. You can extend it further by adding a few modifications, real-time updates, analytics, and notifications, and all like that. Thanks for watching.